Hello, folks. It is been a while. Been a long while
And it
for
is a
somebody,
wonderful
and
time to bleed, isn't it?
uh, that's a little bit of an understatement. But yeah, yeah, you are very much right. Delta. It's been a while since we've seen
It
treasure.
has truly been a while since Terry has been on the scene,
I
but
think
I
40
returned.
days, if I remember. Um, in the last 40 days. Recently at least, you've heard that the Weaver has, let's say, completely ripped and tore through a camp. You've been kind of here,
I've been over here. A little
commanding,
bird has
I
been
would
giving me
say,
information.
commanding your armies, killing many dragons, and seemingly your guys' line has been breaking, which hasn't been all too great. But as
Yeah,
time has moved, either it be good or bad, you've been stuck having visions you haven't been wanting. One, one vision, especially, that is very not so good on your mental health. That being, give me 1 second. I need to. Oh, it's literally okay. That vision being this one vision of your past home.
mm,
And it's ever darkness. Yet life still remains, but
yes.
yet no matter how hard you try and deny your home, the visions seep back like a plague. Like a plague you cannot run from, no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try. And in these many days, one simple thing has been on your mind. Home. And wanting to go home. Am I right or am I wrong?
I would say there is one other thing. That being Weaver. That insignificant. Where'd that duck come from?
Don't
Oh
question it.
well.
Aubrey, don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh well. I guess it wouldn't be too bad to pay home a visit, even if it is just home with a fish now.
You say that, yet you know what going home entails. Mind you, with you losing right now, and with you losing the Weaver, and losing after the fact more, as in the line breaking, ghosts of home haunt you. And no matter how much you try and tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna care about, this threat being the Weaver, your mind can't get off home. You need closure after what just happened. You need to go home. You need safety. So, do we begin your journey?
I say yes, I will take approximately half my remaining forces here with me, alongside me, to Atlantis.
Okay. Clearly there's no forces on the map. Morphine, you're commanding them through here. They will make their way to Atlantis. It just will be, let's say, a little bit. God, it's been a while since we've
Understandable.
seen this world map. and
Their
gods
decaying
and
flesh will not allow them to travel far for long. Admittedly, that is the singular flaw of these soldiers I've attained.
ah, Atlantis is directly this way. You would know it at heart, so I'm just gonna count tiles. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Literally on the dot 25. That is beautiful. As you kind of make your way back on a boat, we'll call for a boat, it makes its way, and you make your way home in the slow, arduous journey that it is. Can you explain to me what these 25 days of making your way home has you feeling like?
Anger. Pure hatred.
Lovely. Lovely. That's really all I need. As you make your way to the cyclone into Atlantis, where is your mini? I don't have a boat, so I'm just gonna draw a square, and we're gonna call it a boat, because you know that's how we do things around here. Because I kind of forgot. I'm gonna attach it to you. My question to you now is, roll a how do I want you to? Yeah, roll a con save. Because you're gonna get drugged straight in.
85.
Oh, this. Okay. Oh no. Once again, you've been to Atlantis. It's been really since the fall since you've been home. And, you know, you've been thinking about it for literally hundreds of years. As you make your way towards the cyclone, you instantly lose control of the boat, and in a matter of a second, you're pulled directly into it. As the boat completely cripples around you, you are brought directly into the cyclone. And
Wonderful welcoming party.
roll me a d6.
1.
You, through your undead body, will not drown. As you begin your descent. It is a slow descent, but as your body droops deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the seas, you feel home getting closer. And then as you fall deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, you fall at your home's gate. Its beauty, even tainted by the water, The very deep water, because mind you, you are like 1,000 feet under the sea, still is as beautiful as you remember it when you left it many, many hundreds of years ago. Let me get your mini in here. I can find it. But yeah, how does witnessing home feel?
Wonderful welcoming party. But if only Uthrag knew I was here, should he have a conniption? Oh well. Let's see. How long should I plan this stay? Hmm, I mean, I don't exactly have much of a way out. Not without talking to. Moving on. Hmm. Seems a lot more empty than I thought it'd be. I thought there'd be a couple more fish swimming around.
Not snow. Give me one second. I'm gonna see if there is anything I can add to it. That's a no. Yeah. You once again, it is still as ever. It is almost disgusting of how still it is. Like not a single movement, but the slow tide of, the water all around you slowly moving as you kind of only feel remnants of the tide above you that you just made your way through very quickly because, it eats ships like it's a living being. But home entrenches you like the trenches it lies in. Do you make your way to the door?
I'd say yes. I do make my way towards the door. It would be wonderful to know.
Each step you take closer and closer to the entrance inside clouds you and clouds your mind with visions of what this used to be. But none of them fully show themselves, just like ideas of what home used to be like, what beauty it used to have. But yet it's been so long that it's hard to conjure ideas that aren't tainted with trauma.
Mm.
As you put your hand on the door, it opens up slowly and surely as you see your home for the first time in like not 300 years, like 400 years.
Wow.
And it is disgustingly broken. It is slow
Never
as
knew.
damp. It is no longer the beauty it once has. As once again you look into the clock tower of what once was your home. It's opulent ballrooms and memories of the throne and all of these other things clouding your mind, but the biggest memory you have, which really isn't even a memory, is what home looked like. What home used to be, its opulence, its beauty. That being this, the moving city of Atlantis. The city with powerful magic. With magic so powerful it clouded the skies above. Where the main centerpiece of the city, the main clock tower, shined bright for thousands and thousands of miles. In a planet as 2 times larger than Jupiter, that green light could be seen from continents away. It was always there, always shining, always moving, always ticking, almost as if remembering Atlantis is like remembering and looking at a clock that stopped ticking, but you're remembering when it did. As you see memories of Atlantis at night, the beauty of its darkness, the beauty of the constantly moving cogs that powered the city, with the magic constantly keeping it upright. And then once again, you're clouded with the vision of your true home and what it looks like now. A husk of its former self, not a single cog moving, not a single thing moving. All slow, all below the sea. How does this all make you feel?
My. This does bring back memories.
As you make your way truly into the deepest, well, not the deepest, but the pieces of your home. As you walk past through the gate and instantly see rubble next to you of
Yeah.
the other great clock tower. Because mind you, Atlantis was a city of clock towers, of inventions, of constantly moving things. And now they've all tipped over, all fallen. But just letting the movement of the waves declare their importance. The ruins still almost breathing from all the pain they've caused in this world. Explore the map, Delta. Enjoy.
That was interesting. Can you describe to me more of the silence, the darkness along the edges?
Of course. Once again, the only sounds you hear are just a slow movement of waves. There's no single cog ticking. The clock tower isn't moving. All that there is darkness and the light of this dead city, keeping it lit up, but only because of what this city has done to the world is why it still breathes under the cyclone that it created once it fell.
Definitely an interesting sight to see at this point. Wonderful. It seems they kept up the eroding decay I would have expected. I wonder, is he still around? Doubtful of that, but anyway, what is this? I guess I'll just continue on.
Each step you take feels like a bone cracking in your body as you're remembering what this place used to be, what this walkway used to be, how many people would move through it per day, trying to get up to the higher parts of the city, trying to make a chance for themselves, trying to build something better as you remember pieces of the depths under you. The bones that were snapped and reformed and ever coagulated into beams of propaganda. Yet, you can't remember or don't see a single grok near you. Near and really any piece of the cities you look down, it's ruins. Some pieces floating above others, others not, because water and time, like bones and time, creates dust, and a lot of it.
Wow. Well said. Well said. It is truly dark. You could very well say we flew too close to the sun. I'm surprised any of us made it out to begin with.
You try and hide away the memories.
Well then, I guess I shall continue
Reconnection
onward.
successful? Okay, yep, we're good. Hopefully it won't affect the stream that much, but it should be fine. Alright, as you continue onwards, are you heading into the clock tower? Or would you like to head...
I would say the clock tower is my next destination indeed.
As you make your way into the clock tower, do you head up or down?
I write down, as I don't see much up to think about.
See much. Okay. And give me one. There we go. Now you folks can see what you need to. Alright. As you head down, the first thing you see is the courthouse that resided in the clock tower. Mind you, this clock tower had many functions. Mind you, it wasn't the only place in Atlantis, but very, very important. As you walk down the stairs, you remember the trials that happened here. The many, many trials that were all decided by your father. Your father. As you start to remember your dad. The king of Atlantis himself. The man so devoted to his people that he would sit atop a courthouse on a chair far larger than him, would salute and then determine lesser beings, lesser dwarves included as well, unworthy of life. And he'd simply tap his mallet a couple times, and they would disappear, never to be seen again. And you see visions of a past life of your father, who he used to be, this man with an absurdly long top hat, a golden monocle, and a spear that was made from a dead god, the Leviathan spear. And the golden flame that he used to not only keep its, let's say, power continuing, but the golden flame that more enhanced the power of one of the dead gods, Horus, the god of air. As you slowly start to remember bits and pieces before Atlantis. Mind you, you were a child, and this isn't the right place to reminisce because you didn't spend much time here. But you do remember memories of the throne, which we will see once we get down there. But you also remember memories of Atlantis being built after the gods died, after the shattering. A piece of what is now Ymiri, piece of land, a piece that held a very important, let's say, weapon that had an island on it. That's, mind you, Ymiri used to be two places that shattered into two places. One place that shattered into two places, along with the rest of the world after the gods died. But you remember bits and pieces of even before your childhood of, once again, what you were told, what you were watching. You watch Atlantis be built by dwarven hands, who built cogs to keep it ever moving, keep it ever floating by being powered by magic. You remember the creation of the many mechs that would help fight against the Crusades that tainted this place, or attempted to taint this place and your people like a plague. You remember staring down from the clock tower and seeing people protest. You don't remember why or how, but you do remember what happened to them. You remember the bots you created through dead enemies of Atlantis, the Grots, the little TV head things that they were, massacring them because they were undesirable for Atlantis's, not only Atlantean ideology, but Atlantis's struggle. As you look down at your feet, you see a book tainted with so much blood that, mind you, its outside used to be of a normal leather color, like a brownish. But it has been tainted with so much blood that it is as blood red gets. As you wipe away, the coagulated blood, and you open up the very wavy pages, you look at our struggle, the book that built Atlantis. You read some of the text to just, once again, to reminisce on watching it being built after the gods died, before Ymiri. And you read the first passage, the passage that defined history, the passage that defined this book and the Atlantean ideology. Who are we? Why do we fight for what we do? Why does Atlantis need to exist? Why do we dwarves need dwarven supremacy? Well, we are the people of Atlantis. The dwarves, the mortals who soar away the gods 10,000 years ago with our supreme strength and dwarven supremacy. Yet the humans took what we gave them and chose barbarity and savagery. And now the Crusades ripple through our world like a plague. That plague is the humans who seek to destroy our culture with their pure savagery. We will cure this plague and any other plague that defies our rule. Our culture will not be lost to savages like the humans and their barbaric crusades, because we will keep it pure with our imperial and industrial fist. And anyone that stands in our way will be a blotch on our glorious history. When you think of that history, all you can ever think of is this courtroom. All the many blood-tainted bodies it created. The struggle created. How does it make you feel? Remembering these horrific things.
This is where he got his somewhat funny attitude about the idea. Not too surprising.
Well, this was built on that idea, as everything in Atlantis was. Do you make your way down further?
Of course, as there has been no resistance thus far, and I doubt there will be at this point.
Exactly. So you make your way down. You land on the most important artifact, hidden under a clock tower. As you know, it kept your father safe and your family safe. You see a throne. Let me get your mini again. We are. You see the throne. And you see something unexpected sitting atop the throne. Not just something, someone. Someone who means more than words to you. Someone who has defied reality. Someone who built this beautiful land you stand atop. Someone who is just as tainted as blood as her husband, Midas. Someone who, just like the moon, bleeds and bled when your home fell and the sun rose. Aubrey, can you describe your character? Mind you, we have the character portrait up, but can you describe your character?
Like the looks?
Yes. Like, describe her.
He has a very blood red, icy design with several tendrils. Yeah, that's kind of the only way I can describe it.
peering out of her back like a child crawling from the womb. She also holds a staff born from that same frozen blood. The blood of the many her and her husband and her followers killed. Delta, how does it feel to see your mother?
Words cannot describe it. You answered. Anyway,
Do you bow?
I yelled towards her. I didn't think you would live this long, you. Oh, yeah. And I bow.
As you bow to your queen, you feel right at home, right under a boot on your throat, metaphorically, sometimes physically. Aubrey, go ahead and enjoy. Go ahead.
Prince? Why have you returned?
Only to see you. It has been far
Do
too
not lie to
long
me.
since I... Have you seen Father? Ever since that faithful day?
He's dead.
Not. Because he is fucking dead. You fucking dumb piece of shit.
Alright. Brother is doing just fine along the surface, though I'm sure you've heard.
Admirable. Unlike you.
Delta, for the first time in forever, finally seeing the throne, seeing your mother. You get hit with a memory that you've kept hidden in your soul for far too many years to remember. You remember the beautiful daylight that surrounded you on this day. You remember your father sitting atop his golden throne. And you remember your mother right next to her lover. As you were walking to ask your father about how he does it. How does he maintain his strength when everything goes wrong? And just as you made your way up on the steps, your mother grabbed you by the throat and forced you to bow in front of your father. He spoke like a megalodon spoke to a fish. Son, you have failed us again. They continue to descend and ascend and ascend towards our clock tower. No matter how hard our armies fight, our Groks propagandize and kill, our Tyrannosauruses devour. You and your leading fails our people and our cause every second. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing. Alright.
Good. It's good to know you've nothing to say. Because the sharks will love to hear your screams. And I only want you to get out of that water after you've learned what it means to be of the Loritz family. Do you hear me? As he grabbed you quicker than you could even react, and in a split second, you were thrown into the deep waters. Your body being pushed down as he conjured golden flames so you couldn't make your way out of the water as your body sunk and sunk and sunk and sunk. You remember the night. Remember the night that had caused you. The night of pain, slowly and surely being devoured by sharks. You didn't die, but let's just say your punishment was way worse than you thought. And you only survived because every time you were allowed to come up for oxygen, you were given more so that you'd only suffer for another many, many hours. As you remember climbing up, blood-soaking, torn to bits, yet still having every limb. And you remember the pain, the failure, the constant failure of how you always failed your family and how your brother, creation of mixing a shard of the blood god, was always going to be better than you, no matter how hard you tried. As once again, you were pulled back into the present. And that pain hits your body again. Because once again, memories and magic mix like flames and blades. They tack onto each other. They hurt. And obviously, your father has been thrown off the throne into the depths by your mother. And once again, all this is not only remembering those memories, but realizing that times have changed and your brother sits atop the throne in Nurlheim. Yet truly you know that he doesn't do the dirty work. He used to. But ever since Atlantis fell, you've been more behind the scenes as a more competent leader than him. And your mother, mind you, being stuck in Atlantis, it's hard to get information. But your mother's connected to the moon, being named after it after all. All it takes is a little bit of divinity to see where and what her blood, her kin are doing. And Aubrey, are you impressed with your son? Or are you still ashamed?
Which one?
Your son that stands in front of you. Terry.
Ashamed.
Terry Loritz. Ashamed? Can I ask why?
He's still not good enough.
How?
He needs more power.
But
He is nothing compared to his brother.
But him ending the world isn't good enough for you, or planning to do so?
No, it is not.
Go on, Delta. Express to your mother what you've done. She knows, but once again, I just wanted to know before she reacts, so go ahead, Delta.
Travel has been wonderful. How have your days beneath these waves been?
I can't hear you from over there. You should make your way over.
Very well. At your wish. How have your days beneath these here waves been? Oh, so long, so tiring.
They've been peaceful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
They've been without you, is what she's trying to say in, that sentence. That's what I'm trying to get at. Well, what Aubrey's trying to get at, if you get my gist.
I can understand that.
I figured he'd see through that.
So what do you know?
I know what you've done. What you plan to do.
To what extent, may I ask?
To every extent.
Delta, as you hear those words being spoken, feel your chest drop. So once again, as we both know, as everybody knows, Treasure Terry hasn't felt a single thing. And for the first time in around 400 years, your chest completely drops. Mind you, we've had somewhat of that happen with the Weaver, but it's hard to catch your breath. You feel so, how do I put it? So insignificant. Because once again, you and your brother and the Ice Spites have teamed with Ymiri, the colleges. You've, through the help of the YIA, started the genocide on the Tabaxi. Through the help of the Heimtissery College, making the Rhino so that they then can genocide the Tabaxi for your guys' profit. You've made sure history of the last 10,000 years hasn't gotten out. That being the history that defined Atlantis, what came before Atlantis. That being with the devoted, that being with the Ragnaroks, and the gods, and the war on heaven. You've killed. You've literally done you've practically completed a genocide, minus a few, because Weaver's still a brown dragon. You literally completely erased a species off the face of the earth. What else have you done? Oh yeah, you create a new species through through practically almost successfully killing all of the halflings to build Nurlheim. You have done just as horrific things as Atlantis did on your own, and yet your mother still seems that you are insignificant to her. You're nothing. That you're simply just a ghost on her tides. Because truly, no matter how hard it is to admit, she is right in some aspects, but she's wrong in others. But the pieces, the wrongdoings of your own doing, they're hard to admit that even to a literally not even human anymore person, you still don't stand up to what they've done. You still haven't become greater like your brother has. And once again, you remember the shards again. And you just feel your power, your everything not be there anymore. Obviously, you don't lose it, but you just feel powerless. You know your mother's stronger and there's nothing you can do but accept it. And you wanted to come here to just remember the fond memories of home. But there were none. There were none. And as much as you wanting to go home and it be a peaceful experience was going to be, nothing's peaceful in Atlantis, even as it's dead and a corpse like yourself. And not only that, but since Atlantis still lives through Hati, there's only more bloodshed to come. And you may very well be on the chopping block. And folks, that's where we're going to end the session. I will see you all next Saturday. Well, I'll see you all throughout the week because we're going to have another party split next Saturday. So, yeah, 3 sessions next week. I will see you when the time comes. Expect for Bloody End to get more bloody. Because even Treasure Terry, the man who's done the worst of the worst, is not safe from his mother. I will see you all then.
Go clean your